to the people celebrating back home, we're back, baby. The Olympics are coming back to Utah.
I will never forget bringing, not only the athletes together during those games, but the community and the volunteers and the world. And there was this thing called the Olympic spirit, and I didn't know it exists until it was here, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the best feeling in the whole world.
Welcome back to ARC Salt Lake on your Wednesday morning. It is 7:48 right now. The Olympics are coming back to Utah in 2034, and that might seem like a far 7.5 years away, but planning has been underway for some time, and it is still going on. Spokesperson for 2034, Utah 2034, Tom Kelly's with me now. Thank you for coming in, Tom.
Well, good morning. 2,767 days.
Okay, say it one more time.
2,767 days.
But you know what? I remember I was around for the 2002 Olympics, and I remember when we were awarded them, and it seemed so far away. And like that, they were here.
In a flash, you got it.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the planning that's underway, some of the headlines that we're seeing out there. For instance, the IOC, they just announced a new sport coming for the 2030 Games in the French Alps. I believe it's free riding for skiing and snowboarding. Kind of a cool event. That doesn't automatically mean they will be in the 2034 Games, right?
That's correct. And it's kind of cool for us right now because we do have 7.5 years, but we're really intently observing things. We're watching other games as they prepare. We're watching the World Cup, which we'll chat about, and just kind of seeing what's coming up. So when it's our turn, we're prepared.
When do you have those conversations with the IOC about exactly what the lineup will be in Utah?
We have ongoing conversations with the IOC almost every day, but the real event program discussion will happen in 2028. So we have a couple of more years, maybe around the time of the LA 28 Olympics.
What are some of the other things happening right now in terms of planning? It seems so far away, but there's a lot going on, right?
There is a lot going on. It's kind of a skeleton team. There's kind of about 10 or 15 people working on the games right now. So it's small, but it's growing a little bit. A lot of observing right now, just kind of listening and learning and following the IOC's guide. We had a good team in Milano Cortina to observe and to see what they were doing and looking for ideas and learnings we can bring back to our games in 34.
And I'm sure you'll have a team in the French Alps in 2030 as well, right?
We will have a team in the Alps. We'll have a team on the ground in LA 28 and in Brisbane in 32. Again, it's all about learning, and things will accelerate though pretty quickly.
Okay, so I want to talk about something called Podium 34. What is that for those who've never heard of that?
Well, just a little bit of a backstory. One of the things that about our games is that we got the bid almost 10 years out. That's a lot longer than normal.
Okay.
And we don't get commercial rights until 2029 after LA 28. So we had to find a way to survive essentially in that interim. So we came up with this philanthropical program that we call Podium 34, and we're reaching out to Utah families to raise that money that we need. So far we have $250 million committed, and that's what's really given the initial energy burst to the organizing committee.
So because they were awarded so far out, that was an issue then a little bit for fundraising then basically?
Yeah, for sure, because we commercial funds with the television rights and the sponsorships, those will be very important for us, as will ticketing and hospitality. But we needed something to get started, so Utah families really stepped up. And the other cool thing about it is it wasn't just a contribution that they made financially. Many of them are also contributing their leadership and expertise in areas of cause interest they have in the state, be that mental health, youth sport, community building, legacy, and so forth.
So you mentioned the number. Mention it one more time. 250 million?
250 million so far. Our goal is 300 million, so we're almost there.
How critical is that money?
Well, we couldn't operate without it. It's absolutely critical. And the other thing you'll start to see this year we're starting to work on community impact programs. And this fall, we will roll out a statewide classroom education program that we're doing in coordination with one of our Podium 34 captains, Ken Garf for Good. And that's just an example of the programs that we want to bring to Utah during the 2034 games and leading up to them that really impact our communities.
I want to chat about the World Cup for a bit, because I know these are completely different events, but we've seen the atmosphere just balloon throughout North America with these three countries, Mexico, Canada, and the U.S., hosting the World Cup. What are the parallels here? What are you all learning from this? What are you paying attention to?
Well, the one thing that we're really not looking too deeply at are operational things. It's really a completely different animal. But what we are paying close attention to, those things that you mentioned, just the spirit that's engendered. The Olympics and the FIFA World Cup are the biggest global sporting events. FIFA World Cup will impact 5 billion people globally. The Olympics impact 3 to 5 billion people globally. So Utah is going to be on a world stage in 34. So we're kind of looking at how does that work and how do you build that excitement that transcends Utah and goes literally around our planet.
Mm-hmm. Are you sensing the enthusiasm as I know that we keep saying this is 7.5 years away, but talk about what you witness when you, because you're kind of steeped in this work daily.
Yeah, I want to draw attention particularly to the fact that there's so many of these big events in America over a decade. So we have the FIFA World Cup now. We have LA 28 coming up in 28 and then Utah 2034. So that atmosphere of sport in America is really fostering this great excitement and kind of heartfelt yearning to be a part of what the games are about.
Mm-hmm. Are you personally excited?
Oh, I'm really pumped. I've been to 12 Olympics. I'm really looking forward to 2034 and what Utah can bring. This is a really special place. It has a culture of sport, and we're going to showcase that and what our communities mean to us to the entire world.
A lot of the planning that goes into the Olympics is kind of outside of your all control, like infrastructure improvements that the state and the city may be doing. Can you at least give us an idea of what we're going to be seeing in the next 7.5 years when it comes to build-up?
Yeah, one of the beauties of our bid was the fact that we're reusing every venue almost from 2002. All of our venues are in place. Yes, there will be infrastructure that will be built up around us, mainly using the games as a catalyst. So you may see changes in UTA's rail service. You may see changes in highways. But what we're really looking for is that community spirit, and that's what's going to really come through in 2034. Each community figuring out what can this mean to us.
One of the changes we're seeing from 2002 is now we have Utah 2034. It's not just Salt Lake. This is a statewide event. Is that how we should look at it?
Yeah, that was a very conscious decision by us, and it had been on our minds during the entire bid. But we want this to be Utah's games. We want communities around the state, whether they're in the snow belt or in the mountains or not, but we want people in St. George and Logan and Moab and everywhere across the state to really feel that spirit. Our classroom education program will launch this fall. It's a really good example of that and how we can bring the games and what it means to every community in Utah.
Okay, we have just about under a minute left. If people want to get involved, maybe it's too early. What do they need to know, I guess, if they're really interested and they're ready?
It's going to be a while before we have tickets and volunteer registration and things like that. But you can go to our website at utah2034.org and look for opportunities like that. But what we do advocate for people is Utah is the leading volunteerism state in the country. People want to help others. It's going to be a while for the Olympics. Don't worry, we'll be here. But go out and help someone else. Go out and help in your community. Help Utah Olympic Legacy Foundation, Utah Sports Commission, and others.
Okay. Tom Kelly, spokesperson for Utah 2034. Thank you for coming in to chat with us. I know it's a long way out, but there's still excitement out there. So
2,767 days.
All right, we appreciate it. Hey, just